Hello, it's Tyler here, and today I'll be reviewing the on-ear Prelude Lite headphones from Rosewill. As I'm sure a lot of you guys remember, Andy and I both took a look at these headphones a while back. The Prelude line, which comes with the Preludes and the Prelude Lites, is Rosewill's first major experience with consumer headphones. It's been a while since we first got our hands on the Prelude Lite headphones from Rosewill. Newegg's Techmas sale lowered the price of these headphones to $15, which was too awesome of a deal for Andy and I to pass up, given that they normally cost around $70. We both unboxed them here and had different first impressions, so you can check out our hybrid unboxing video. I'd like to kick off this review with the presentation of the product and what comes in the box. The headphones themselves come with two cables. Both cables are 3.5mm audio to 3.5mm audio and are 4 feet in length with a nice feeling braided sleeve. The first cable is a standard stereo audio cable, and the second features an inline microphone with media buttons for use with compatible mobile devices. The headphones themselves have a plastic frame with ear cups on either side made of beechwood. This makes the headphones stand out and provides a pleasing aesthetic experience. Both the ear cups and headband are padded with a soft faux leather cushion that both looks nice and keeps the ear cups and headphones from digging into your head. The wooden ear cups makes the Prelude stand out amongst my other daily driver, the Logitech H600, which I reviewed a while back. Here. Compared to my H600s, the Prelude Lites seem to be really tight, putting an unnecessary amount of pressure on my ears. It almost feels that Rosewill was afraid of me complaining that they fall off too easily. This actually wasn't just when putting them side by side with my Logitech H600s, but I also noticed this when comparing them to the Sennheiser HD 559s that we unboxed here. The pressure, though not terribly uncomfortable, tended to be an annoyance and caused minor headaches even after just a few minutes. Because of the pressure and the cup sitting directly on your ears, my ears warmed up really fast, which can help in rural Wisconsin during this time of year, but can also be unwanted when listening to them in general. Additionally, Andy noted that because of the tight fit, pressure from sound doesn't necessarily escape. This means that with bass-heavy music at even moderately loud volumes, he tended to experience pressure pushing on his eardrums along with the beat of the bass. While I didn't find this to be much of an issue, it definitely was noticeable, especially when comparing them side by side to the Sennheiser HD 559s. Another major issue I had with the Prelude Lites was a lack of proper padding. While Rosewill does pad the headband of the headphones, most of it's wasted by running the headband through the padding, rather than the entire padding being underneath where your head sits. Rosewill splits this half and half, with almost more cushioning on the top of the band than underneath. Thusly, I found myself often having to readjust them due to a lack of comfort. This brings us back to the listening portion of my testing. I tend to listen to a mixture of rap, rock, and pop songs, so my usual tests considered of a variety of artists and styles of music. For portability, I usually carry around a pair of Apple EarPods in my pocket when I travel. Comparing them to the Preludes, they sound pretty good. The bass is very clear and has a tight, punchy feel to it. Mids are okay, but not exceptional, and aren't really anything special in my opinion. I did notice, however, that the vocals and highs seem muffled, as though someone's covered the ear cups to block some of the sound. Overall, while they have a fairly bass-heavy sound signature, it's well-balanced and manages to sound good without being overwhelming. While I can't say they sound like a $70 pair of headphones, they don't sound cheap, and I'd be willing to pay somewhere around $40 for them. Between the two pairs of Prelude Lites that I've gone through, when I unboxed these headphones, I was happy to see that they came with two separate cables, one of which even had media controls. Unfortunately, after less than a month of using them, the one with the media controls was crapped out on me. While Andy doesn't quite use them to the extent that I do, I have a feeling in my gut that tells me he would soon run into this problem as well. Additionally, with both pairs of headphones, the cables tend to kink or come close to kinking when they were folded when wrapped. Rosewill did include Velcro cable ties instead of traditional wire ones, which was a nice touch, but the tight bend radius of the wrap seems to have an effect on the usability. While it's not a deal breaker, it's a minor annoyance to straighten the cable out every time I need to use one. As you'd expect with any pair of headphones, they are fitted with enough locking positions on the ear cups to allow for about an inch of extension for various sized heads. In my opinion, these sliders are a bit too easily to adjust. They don't lock into place, but rather seem to sit idle in any position. The first time I had to send these headphones back was actually because of the sliders. The slider on the left of the headset snapped out of place. The inner lining of the plastic, on the band snapped out of the left side just below the slider when I was trying to readjust the ear cups. While it did upset me at the time, I believe that this was more of my part rather than Rosewill's. With that, I sent them back as part of Newegg's 30-day replacement deal and received a new pair less than a week later. My second negative experience with these headphones is still ongoing. Again, one of the cables has failed me, the one with media controls. But this time, the jack on the headphones is starting to have issues as well. At first, I thought that might be the cable I was using, since a problem with the cables is much more likely than a jack on the device. However, after testing with a different cable, I was convinced that it might be the jack on my old Motorola phone. I've had that phone for years, since the screen is harder than a freaking rock, and has survived numerous falls. I swear it's like the Nokia of smartphones. After testing the headphone jack on the front of my Thermaltake View 27 case that I have my computer in, you can check that video out if you want, it seems to be an issue with the headphones. All in all, while I personally have had some issues, I think the Prelude Lites are a pretty decent pair of cans. Because the feel when I wear them and the sound experience I had, I can't justify paying $70 for them. However, if you can find them for around $40, for instance an open box product, it might be worth picking up a pair for yourself. Anyway, you guys know the drill. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you disliked it, hit that other button. What do you guys think of the Preludes or the Prelude Lites? Have you guys had similar experiences, or is it just us? Let us know in the comments below. If you really enjoy our content and would be willing to help support us, consider changing your Amazon bookmark to our affiliate link in the description. We get a small kickback for when you buy things like headphones or anything else. Alternatively, you can contribute to a donation on Patreon to help us directly. Both of these help us out and allow us to keep making videos like this one. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to Anti-Tech Tips for more videos like this one.